Big dreams, big change. What do you want? You might dream of changing yourself, changing your life, or even changing the world. But to get there, you need the clues. Welcome to Success Left a Clue. From San Francisco to Singapore, this show is the result of a 15-year global journey into unlocking the secrets and living the dream. You're dreaming big, ready to be big? The clues are out there. And here's your guide, author of the best-selling Success Left a Clue, Robert Raymond Riopel.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Success Left a Clue. This is your host, Robert Raymond Riopel. And for the past year, I have been giving you weekly little nuggets of gold through the clues that I pick up from traveling all around the world to success. Clues to success. And we just celebrated our first year of doing the podcast. And this is the first episode of the second year. So this is episode number 53. I am jazzed. I am blessed. I am just so happy to be doing this. Let's get right into the lesson. The only thing I'm going to say before I do is thank you once again for being listeners, downloading, and all that you do. Well, today's episode, what fishing can teach you about business. Well, if you just listened to the last episode, we talk about eagle focus and tenacity. So you know I was out fishing. You know I was enjoying some relaxing time, just out there and having fun. And as I mentioned on the last podcast, so my wife and I are up in a beautiful, beautiful part of Canada, northern British Columbia, called Kitimat. And on the Kitimat River, 2 million salmon swimming up the river to do their spawning, and we're sitting there fishing. The first week and a half that we were there, it's raining, and the fishing, we're just pulling them out left, right, center. You cast, you jig a bit, you pull it out. Cast, jig it, catch one, pull it out. So every day, all of us that were there were catching our limit. We were doing a lot of release because we're having so much fun. We just catch and release. Keep just the ones that look the best. So we're having a blast. Now, my wife and I ended up staying there another week and a half, and family members all had to head back. And when they all left, it was like all of a sudden they took the rain with them. And the sun came out and it got hot. It got hot. In Celsius, because I'm Canadian, I'll speak Celsius, it was getting to 33 degrees every day. So we're continuing our fishing, but yet it seems like now we weren't able to catch the fish. During the rain, we were catching them. But in the sun, it's like the fish were somewhere different. They weren't coming up to the surface. We tried different ways and just nothing seemed to be working. We would get a few nibbles, but that was it. And so we were getting a little bit frustrated. And so it's one of the last days that we're actually there, and we happen to be back in the campground because we'd fish in the morning while it was cool, let the heat of the day happen. We'd do a little more fishing at night when again it started getting cooler. And so we're finishing for the day and still light out, and we decide to take our dog and our pet pig for a little walk. And so we're walking along, and for those of you who've ever listened to my podcast, you know when you walk a pig, Gracie May, you don't go very fast. You're only ever going to go as fast as she wants you to go. So here we are, we're walking Gracie May, and all of a sudden a van, and it was a mobile fishing tackle. So every day this company would come through with all the different fishing tackle so that instead of the fishermen having to come to them, they'd go to the fishermen and be able to restock them, help them out, give them advice, whatever they needed. So this van starts driving by us, and all of a sudden you hear him hit the brakes. And out of the window, you just hear, no way. The van gets put into reverse. You hear the beep, beep, beep. He backs up, parks, puts in park, and all of a sudden he comes running out of the van. Here's this 6'2", 6'3" guy, 350 pounds. And he's like, can I see your pig? I used to have a pet pig, and I'd love to meet your pig. And we're like, sure. And Gracie May is very friendly. And Adam is all over, hugging her, petting her, just getting down, talking with her. It was awesome to see. Well, we get into a conversation, and we're like, how you doing? Is it good? And we're getting to meet him. And he said, so how's the fishing going? We said, well, we're a little frustrated. He goes, why? I said, well, while it was raining, we were just pulling them in like crazy. But since weather's got hot, nothing. He says, that's because you've got to just be a little more gentle with the way you're doing your fishing. We're like, what do you mean? So he started giving us some example, giving us some coaching. He said, look, if you really want to learn how to do this, here's what I want you to do. Call this number, tell Ron I told you to call him, and just do a float. We do 4-hour tours down the river, 4-hour float where we'll take you fishing. We'll teach you the best way to do the fishing. We'll take you to our secret places and stuff like that. Go for a float. And, Roxanne and I, my wife, were like, sure. So we call up Ron and we set it up, and Adam ends up being our guide the very next night. So we launch the boat, we start fishing, and he's given us some little insights. It is a hot day. And in a hot day, we weren't having luck. But here we are, all of a sudden we pull in 4 hours. We catch over 30 fish. 30. It was like fish on, reel it in, let it go. Fish on, reel it in, let it. It was just like we were just blown away. Beautiful scenery, beautiful relaxing time, and catching a lot of fish. And so I'm thinking about this, and of course, I'm always looking for the clues that success leaves, and how can they be turned into generalized life lessons. And of course, this one was an easy one. This is life. Things change in business. Everything's always changing constantly. If you're not keeping up with change, you're getting behind. So as condition changes, so do the strategies. And that's what hit me. We had not changed our strategy. We had been fishing in the cooler weather, the rainy weather, and the fish were biting for the way we were fishing. But as soon as the conditions changed, we kept with our same strategy and we didn't change it. And that's why they weren't biting anymore. It had nothing to do with the fish. It had to do with what we're doing. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, as conditions change, if you're not getting the customers you want anymore, if you're not having the success you want anymore, then you've got to change your strategy. And so the question I know you're thinking is, well, how do I do that, Robert? And the advice I'm going to give you is simple. You go find the experts. So in this case, Adam fishes day in, day out. He knows how to fish for all conditions. And it wasn't until he came to us and told us we needed to look and learn that we hired him to teach us. And was it worth it? Absolutely. So the question is, where in your business, where in your life are you resisting hiring the experts you need? Remember, this is why one of my podcasts called 3-2-1 Rich, the formula for success, always have at least 3 coaches in your life. Business coach, personal coach, finance coach, relationship coach, health coach, whatever it is, have 3 coaches. Have 2 mentors and be part of at least 1 mastermind. See, and be willing to pay for the people. Don't be thinking I can't afford it. You can't afford not to have these people in your life. The people that mentor with me, they want to be great trainers. They want to have 7-figure training businesses. So they're willing to pay me to work with them one-on-one. And it's not cheap, but they know they get way more than their value. The money it cost us to go with Adam for 4 hours was way more worth the $300 it cost us to do a 4-hour trip. And I'll do it again and again and again to learn the strategies, to have fun, to be less frustrated, to actually have more success quicker. So if you're not getting the success you want in your business, if you're not having the fun you want in your business, if you're not getting the results you want in your business or in your life, maybe you're doing the wrong strategy. So that was a great lesson. And I just wanted to get this one out to you. I wanted you to understand that that's business right there. This is what fishing can teach you about business. As conditions change, so do the strategies. So be willing to go out, hire the people you need, get the proper strategies. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first episode of the second year, episode number 53 for Success Left a Clue. Thank you again. Have fun. Always live with passion. Talk to you on the next episode.
You've been listening to Success Left a Clue with Robert Raymond Riopel. Are you moving closer to your dreams? Find further support in program notes and helpful links online at successleftaclue.com. Transform your dreams into reality. Join us again for the next episode of Success Left a Clue.